All right, so what was your first memory of Zane and Yefri?
My first memory of Zane and Yefri. I'll go with the first live memory of Zane and Yefri. So we went on vacation down to Costa Rica and did that as a family vacation. And Yefri came to where we were staying. So that was really the first time that we had any real interaction with him. And after a few of these, we got Yefri opened up a little bit and had a really good conversation.
So we knew Zane loved Costa Rica, and after his study abroad, he told us that he had met Yefri. So the following year was our son Logan's senior year, and we decided his senior trip would go be at Costa Rica. And we met Yefri for the first time then, and he was kind of sheepish and shy. And we stayed in an Airbnb, and he joined our family, and we just got to talking about life, and we just knew that he belonged with us and we belonged to him. And that was my very first time I ever met Yefri, was in Costa Rica.
First memory of Zane and Yefri would have been when Yefri came home with Zane from the flight. My family and I went to Zane and Yefri's house to wait for them to get home, and I just remember Yefri walking in all excited, and it was just a great experience.
My first memory of Zane and Yefri. Together would be the first time down in Costa Rica over my spring break, one of my years of college. It was the first time I met him, so yeah.
First memory of Zane and Yefri. Before I ever met Yefri, I would always hear his voice over voice recordings back and forth. Multiple FaceTime calls, Snapchats, all that stuff. So today's my first real live memory, but I feel like I've known him for a few years now.
First off, hi Zane and Yefri, I love y'all. First memory would be our work trips where Zane, I'm not copying Connor, but Zane would be on his phone voice memorying Yefri the whole time, and he would just talk about how great Yefri was and how sweet he was, and we just knew then and there that they were meant to be. My first memory of Zane and Yefri was honestly, Zane texted us and was like, I met a guy, and we were like, are you crazy? Like, we're studying abroad, we're leaving in like a month, like what are you talking about? And he's like, no, like I think this guy's different. And I was like, okay, and they ended up getting married, so like I'm for it. I support it 100%, but I was very cautious, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, are you crazy? But he wasn't, so that's my first memory of them, yeah.
My first memory of Zane is when we roomed together freshman year. We met each other the day of move-in, and he had a very specific instructions for his family, and that's honestly still who he is. He knows who he is, and he likes things a certain way. Yefri I met literally days ago, and he is the exact opposite. He's carefree, he loves life, and is just like doing Yefri, which is not not an insult on Zane at all, but Zane is very much so structured compared to Yefri.
What do you love most about Zane and Yefri?
Oh my goodness. They're who they are. I mean, they don't hide behind anything. They're as good a people as you can find.
I love the fact that they have grit and they have persevered through so much together, and they stand up against what others may not believe in. And I love the fact that they bring out the best in each other, and they are so good together.
I think how compatible they are is awesome. I mean, I don't see a better significant other for my brother. I think they're just a great couple, and couldn't see them with anyone else.
Their never-ending support is probably the first thing. Even though they've gone through some tough stuff to get here, they're still willing to help others, and they love unconditionally.
It's hard. I think just the love that you can feel like around the both of them, especially seeing it in person, you can just tell that both of them are here for the right reasons and they truly do love each other.
Everything! Oh my goodness, I love everything. I love Yefri so much. The sass, the cuteness, the funness. Zane is the nicest human being I've ever met. One of my best friends ever. I love that they just like complement each other so well. They just complement each other great, and I just know that they truly love each other and they're truly meant to be, and I love them.
So what I love about Zane and Yefri is that, you know, they're the model, right? They prove that it doesn't matter where you are, what time in your life, you can always find your life partner, you can always find true love, you know, in spontaneous places, and that's awesome. I like that.
I love their pure and genuine bliss for each other. Like, they genuinely are always happy when they're together, and their partnership has brought them so much joy. Zane was a happy guy before Yefri, but with Yefri I feel like he's come even more so out of his shell, and he's just really accepted himself and let himself be loved in that way. And I think Yefri is one of the most down-to-earth and beautifully open people who just loves unconditionally.
What do I love about them? The fact that I can literally see it in their eyes. Coming from I'm coming from a gay man, what I see when they look at each other is something that you don't see very often. So that's what I look forward to in my relationship. Period.
Perfect. Do you have any funny or cute stories about Zane and Yefri?
I do, but I probably can't tell it online or on the camera here. So kind of a funny story, when Yefri finally came to the U.S., it was winter time. So in December it was deer season, and Yefri came out and kind of partook in the deer hunting that we were involved in, and kind of used him as a little bit of the chaser, or whatever you want to call it, for trying to scrounge up some deer for us, but put him running through the timber basically. It was a fun time.
Sure. So in our family we have a special drink called the Papa Bob Special, and it's just black velvet and 7-Up. But Yefri had a Papa Bob Special the first time, and that's when he truly opened up. And Zane's a little more reserved and kind of prim and proper, but Yefri actually brings out this goofy side in Zane, and Zane kind of keeps Yefri on this logical down low, and they're just a perfect complement for each other. But what I really love is that Yefri is just an extension of our family. My boys truly love him like they are brothers, and we just feel really blessed. And I don't know if I answered the question, but that's a darn good story.
Oh gosh. Probably not. Other than the fact that Yefri's a brother I would have expected to have when I was born. Yefri fits into our family more than more than Zane did. Zane was kind of the black sheep, and Yefri fills right in, so that's pretty awesome.
Down at Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri, we took Yefri tubing for the first time, and then I kind of just gave each other shit because Yefri was the only one who did it. Zane didn't want to, and Yefri ended up falling off and kind of getting a red mark on his back.
Well, starting at about 7 a.m. this morning, Yefri almost missed his wedding day. And that is the funniest memory I have. And I told Zane, I was like, you know what? It's 1 o'clock. Yefri's gonna pull it together by ceremony time. And sure enough, Yefri was there. I think the hangover didn't subside until about 4:10, but he made it there for the 4:30 ceremony. And that's probably the funniest memory.
Yeah, let me tell you about today. So, the wedding day. Yefri was really struggling this morning. He drank a lot of sugary mixtures last night, and we didn't know if he was going to make it to the wedding, and Zane was a little mad. But you know what? We rallied with Zane. Yefri really turned it around. I mean, the best turnaround I've ever seen in my life. And they had an amazing ceremony, clearly an amazing reception that's occurring behind us. I just love them so much.
Honestly, the only cute or funny, I don't know if it's even funny, is that they met at our cafeteria. I never went there, and I thought he was literally insane for going to the cafeteria every day. And I was like, why are you going there? No one eats there. And so I don't know, that's kind of funny because he obviously had an ultimatum or an ulterior motive. That's the right word, and yeah.
I remember, I can tell you lots of memories about Zane, but I remember him talking about Yefri and just like kind of nonchalantly trying to throw it into a conversation. I probably didn't do a great job of talking about Yefri a lot, but I always knew like what was happening, I guess.
What advice do you have for Zane and Yefri?
Oh my goodness. Live long and prosper. You know, you got to treat each other right. Every day you just have to take one day as the next day and make the best choices for your own family.
I think my advice really is keep it real and keep it raw, and sometimes in keeping it real and keeping it raw, it's not always pleasant. But the reality is when you can traverse those really difficult times, God puts us in the valleys so that we can appreciate the mountains. And I really believe that life is about that. And they've already overcome so much that I just know they are going to challenge and rise to the occasion for whatever lies ahead.
No matter how tough it gets, just keep through it because you two are meant to be, and yeah, I wouldn't change anything.
The advice I would give them is honestly just look back at how hard and long the journey was to get to this point. You're here, and anything that comes down the road, a tough time, you know, a hardship, if you made it to this time today, your wedding, you can make it through anything because 90% of the population doesn't have to work with international laws to get the person they love across to their hometown.
Just love each other every day and have some, you know, have some grace and empathy for each other, and you guys will be okay.
I think the best advice I have is to just make sure that every moment is amazing. Have great memories, great laughs, great time with family, great adventures, great travels, all of the above, and just include Connor and I. Thanks.
Advice I have for y'all is, you know, look to God first. You know, look for Him for the answers, and He'll help you two out. Love each other, cherish each other. It's gonna be a life journey. There's gonna be ups and downs like a roller coaster, but y'all ride that together, for real, till the very end.
I'm not married, Zane or Yefri, so don't take this to heart, but I think my only advice is to be transparent as possible and just to always tell each other how you feel, good or bad, and openly communicate no matter what, so there's never any issues or questions that are like left unopened. Yeah.
What advice do I have? Strive for easy. Be nice, be respectful. Think of the other person and act with the confidence, or know that you're speaking for two people, and own it, period. I could keep going, but let's stop that from there.
What was your favorite part of today?
Favorite part of today? Probably would have to be the first dance. I think with having a gay child, that song really hit home for us.
You know, for me, it was honestly just looking out at all the people who were gathered at this ceremony and looking at this wide array of people who have crossed paths in our life, and the love that that is extended to us, and the grace that is extended to one another. And I just was amazed to look out at the variety of people, and the people who have touched our lives in so many ways, and the people who were there to support Zane and Yefri, and it just made my heart really happy.
Favorite part of the day? Ceremony. The ceremony was awesome. I thought once they were doing their vows, it was pretty intense and cool.
The wedding party, probably. I know last night we all hung out and got to know each other a little bit, and then today that bond was still strong, and obviously just friends and family being here, and I don't know, just being with people, honestly.
Oh, all of it. Just saying, honestly, the vows. You know, when Yefri started talking to his mom, I'm so glad. I wish she could be here in person, but I'm glad she got to see it over FaceTime, and it was just a very, very sweet day.
My favorite part of today was when we were standing up during the ceremony and I looked over at Zane and Yefri and just saw the love in their eyes, and Yefri was crying, Connor was crying, Levi was crying, everyone was crying, and I just realized then and there that like they're just meant to be together, and it's amazing that they found each other so far apart and just like the most random of place. Like, how did that happen? How? But I love them so much. I had the best time today. Honestly, every single moment was the best. From the moment I woke up, it was the best time ever, and clearly we're having the best time ever. It's just been a really great day. Thank you so much, Zane and Yefri, for including me in your special day. I hope that I'm included in all the fun memories to come, and I cannot wait to see y'all's love blossom and grow for years to come. Thank you.
My favorite part of today is most definitely y'all dancing together, because y'all lit, and I see the chemistry, and I see how y'all could just randomly meet up in Costa Rica and then boom, this happens. I like that.
My favorite part, okay, honestly, my favorite part was being the person that got to FaceTime. Honestly, be honest. My favorite part was being the person that got to communicate with Yefri's family, who couldn't be here, because that broke my heart. But being able to message them and talk to them on FaceTime and just like make sure they got to participate in some way was magical and beautiful, and my favorite part.
My favorite part about today is probably me crying 3 times. No, it was when it was when I told Yefri that I was like, okay, no, we are gonna step out of this, we're gonna do it. What do we need to do to get through the day? And then like seeing that it pay off was like, ooh, I did what I needed to do at the exact right moment. Yeah.
Any best wishes or a personal message for Zane and Yefri?
So best wishes would be to, live life to the fullest. Get out there and travel as much as you can, explore as much as you can, stay connected to family, and be yourselves. So this is just for Yefri, all right? Just for Yefri. Coors Light is not everything. There is a champagne of beers. Y'all know what that means.
Zane and Yefri, you two have overcome so much, and I think that you have figured out how to complement one another in the best of ways. And just remember that there will be difficult days, and there will be the most happiest of days, and you have to take the good with the bad. And you just have to remember that each day is a new day to start over. So always remember that that is a blessing every day, and love each other through everything. We love you.
Just keep to it. You guys got it. You love each other a lot, and I've seen that, so yeah.
I wish for both of them to keep this undying attraction they found down in Costa Rica. I just wish that they keep that forever. It's incredible that they're both willing to give and take a little here and there to make it work for them. So I just wish that lasts for them.
All the best wishes in the world to both of you. I know that you guys are going to be so happy and so great, and you can just really feel the love when you're around both of you, so continue that.
Oh my goodness, so many best wishes. I hope that they have the most amazing life together, and like I said, I cannot wait to watch them grow as a couple and just really have the best time ever in each stage of life. We've been so lucky to see this stage of their life where they were talking and dating, and you know, Yefri moved here and now he's finally here, so it's going to be super exciting now that they're living together and married to see this stage of life and hopefully many, many more. So I would just say have the best time ever, travel, have fun, love each other, and include me.
Yeah, you enjoy your life journey together. I love you. Thank you for having me here. That's my best wish.
I want you guys to have as many babies as possible. I want to be at least one of their godmothers. Aunt is fine. I'm going to be their Aunt Tracy. But I want you to guys have like, I don't know, maybe like 10 babies, and let me hang out with them and corrupt them in a good way. But that's my message for you guys. I love you so much. You are the most joyous couple I've ever met. So passionate about each other and just loving. So keep being that. Oh my God, I have to go!
My name is Levi Dolphin, and my personal message to y'all is to, one, keep traveling, because you're going to be so much better off for that. You're going to learn so much more than I will ever learn.
We love you!